The vampire toothus infernalis, or the vampire squid, is a fossil animal. Fossil animals are animals that have gone through very little changes from when they were first alive, before the dinosaurs. The vampire squid was named after the fact that it has a cloak-like webbing connecting its 8 tentacles and that it sometimes has red eyes. Though the squid is in its name, vampire squid is not actually in the squid family because of the fact that it does not have the tentacles used for catching meat. Instead, it is in the cephalopod family. The vampire squid lives in the twilight zone, where the sun no longer penetrates the water. The vampire squid mostly lives around tropical and subtropical zones of the oceans. Since vampire squids are small, they are prey for almost any carnivorous ocean animal that is hungry. Even though the vampire squid does not have a contact defense, it still has multiple tricks up its tentacles. If it seems to be a minor threat, the cephalopod will wrap its tentacles around its body, revealing frightening spike-looking attachments erupting from its tentacles. If the vampire squid is severely threatened, then it will brighten up its situation. The vampire squids can create bioluminescence or natural light, in order to trick or confuse its attacker. The 8 lights on its tentacles, it waves around in order to take focus off its head. If that light trick doesn't work, then the 2 lights on top of its head are meant to be fake eyes, so if the predator tries to take a bite, then it will non-fatally take off the top of the cephalopod's head. If the predator is relentless, the vampire squid has one last trick. The cephalopod will light up the top of its head and make it smaller, giving the appearance that it's getting away quickly, so the predator will give up. Once the predator is confused, the squid will turn out the lights and seemingly disappear. The vampire squid also uses its lights so it can see in the darkness of the twilight zone. The vampire squid has a very strange way of eating. The vampire squid has 2 filaments that it keeps in pouches on its webbing. When the cephalopod is ready to eat, it releases one of the filaments and drifts in the water collecting marine snow, which is a mixture of dead bodies, poop, and snot. Once the vampire squid is enough, it encloses the filament with its tentacles and covers the marine snow in mucus. Then the cephalopod eats it. The vampire squid has very few adaptations. One adaptation is bioluminescence. This helps the squid see in waters and avoid predators. Another adaptation that helps it see in the dark is eyes. The vampire squid has one of the largest eyes-to-body ratio in the ocean. The vampire squids are fairly small animals, for they only grow to be about 30 centimeters or the size of a football. Vampire squids are threatened by pollution, ocean warming, and lack of oxygen, all of which are created by humans. They also are threatened by industrialization, and since they live in tropics, deep-sea oil mining. Another big threat is commercial fishing. The maximum amount of eggs a vampire squid can lay up to is 800. However, not all of them will survive. Looking into the future for vampire squid, it seems like a hard one to overcome. The vampire squids have been alive for almost 300 million years, so it is used to some harsh climates. However, the changes to the ocean that we are throwing at them are very dangerous. If humans do not stop overfishing, polluting, and many other dangerous activities, then not only will the vampire squid and other small species go extinct, the balance of the ocean will be thrown, and the source that feeds millions of humans each day will no longer be there. The future for the cephalopod is looking dark and threatening. However, nothing is set in stone yet, and changes still can be made.